My favorite topics with you guys. I love it.
Have you guys ever had a hemorrhoid? Is it too cold?
No.
I actually had one when I was younger, and really just that itchy, burny.
You were lucky if that's all you had. No, seriously, you were lucky.
That's all it was. It wasn't like
pretty bad. You know, approximately 1/2 of everybody over 30 years old, has hemorrhoids. In order to do something about hemorrhoids, if you have a hemorrhoid that's clotted and it keeps coming back, well, you're going to want it removed no matter what, right? If it bleeds, you're going to want it removed. If you have a rubber band that was put in there and then that doesn't work, and we could put little mini rubber bands to strangulate them, you want it removed. Or if the hemorrhoid just keeps pouching out, prolapsing over and over, then you want it removed. And I think there might be an animation that I think shows that now. And well, that's a hemorrhoid, and a hemorrhoid, folks, is just a vein. We all have them. So there is simulated poop. It stretches it out. All right, we want to simulate. So that's a grade 1. It basically doesn't do anything. Grade 2 is it stretches it out, right? And then it comes back up by itself. Grade 3, you actually need assistance with your own thumb or finger to put it back up. And grade 4, not even pushing it back up helps. And that's where it gets really painful, all right? And that's where you might need to do something about it.
You mentioned a rubber band. That would just go around it, right?
You know what? This is a vein. A hemorrhoid's a vein, but it has its own veins that supply it. So what you basically do is you strangle it with a little mini rubber band. And usually the hemorrhoid just falls off by itself. But if that doesn't work, right, then you actually have to go in, okay, with a scalpel, with somebody with a steadier hand, and you just actually remove, here we go.
And you don't want to put the rubber band on yourself.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
Just making
Only a
sure
trained
everybody
professional.
You don't want to remove the blood clot in your hemorrhoid by yourself.
So 5 out of 100 done, come back. And I think there might be also another animation. So you actually pull it out, like I did, and then much finer hands will cut it and remove the hemorrhoid. Now, once it's removed, remember, there is still the end of a vein. And those veins carry blood up. So you may still get a recurrent hemorrhoid. So the key to trying to avoid getting recurrent hemorrhoids, and I like simple things, is few. If you want few hemorrhoids, F-E-W. Fiber, exercise, and water. All right? Few, fiber, exercise,
and you got to do all three,
trying
right?
to avoid
constipation,
straining. And we should remark that what we were showing you in those animations, those were internal hemorrhoids.
Correct.
You don't need to get into too much, but just don't be embarrassed. If this is something that you're suffering from, there are ways to rid yourself of these. Not only at home can you pull the few, but if they're bothering you, you need to get the clot removed.
Yeah, don't wait. This can really be very harmful and painful.
Thank you, sir.
My
Let's
pleasure.
move on because we have an email from Colette in Madison, Wisconsin. She writes, our newborn baby didn't pass his first stool, and the doctors had to operate and take out part of his colon. They call it Hirschsprung's, and we wonder if he'll have any long-term effects from it. We have not talked, to my knowledge, about Hirschsprung's before on the show.
That's one of the big things we ask as pediatricians when they're born. When did they pass their first stool? Because if it gets after a couple of days, we start worrying about Hirschsprung's.
Yeah, some people are born without the nerve endings to the colon. So without that, the colon can't move. So when babies are born, they have this mucus that they're born with, and within the first, 24 to 48 hours, they should have that bowel movement. So the little red dots, that's a normal colon. That is trying to move, we'll call it poop, because I don't know what the sensors let us say, but trying to move the poop, the stool down. This part of the colon isn't working. So what happens is the stool goes down and it gets stuck at a certain point. And then the other part of the colon, since it's not being moved, just starts inflating and inflating. So if you have a brand new baby and they don't have a stool within the first 48 hours, that's a problem. If they're uncomfortable, right, bloating.
Or if just very infrequent stools, and when they do go, it's very explosive. That's, it builds up and then...
Because there are lesser degrees of this, and it doesn't affect the whole colon. So the treatment for this, which is life-saving, you actually take out the part of the intestine that doesn't work, and you reconnect it end to end. And then the train will just go right down the tracks
and
after that.
And that's why we're lucky. We're lucky because if all goes well, we don't need all of our colon. So that's the good news. If you get it diagnosed, you can do something about it. And if all goes well, the child should be able to live
a normal life. Yeah, a normal life.
Always a pleasure.
Hey,
Thank you so very much for coming out. what's really causing your hip pain and your heel pain next.
I've been hoarse for weeks. Why is this happening, and what can I do to prevent it?
Coming tomorrow.
Glowing health secrets that you can't afford to be without.
From glow sticks to glowing cocktails. What's safe and what isn't. Then get a good night's sleep without a pill. All new on the Doctors. That's tomorrow.
I'm 64 years old, and people can't believe that I am.
In one day, the quick lift.
Okay, a song by Paul Beckman, Paul Amber song. I'm recording this doctor's show on 3 levels. For one, I'm using a software program that enables me to take it directly from the TV onto the computer. But for that, I'm only recording in an hour segment. And then secondly, I'm recording it with my Sony Handycam, which does the best. And I'm recording that in 15-minute segments or less that can be uploaded to YouTube. And I'm also recording it with my webcam, which is going directly to YouTube right now. So my plan is, if it goes directly to YouTube right now, that's the easiest for me. However, the quality I've noticed is not that good with the webcam, even though it's a pretty good webcam connected to YouTube. I don't know why the quality isn't that good. Anyway, it's not the best, but it is being uploaded right now, or posted simultaneously, especially when I finish it. But sometimes the webcam method, it doesn't turn out, and the counter will return back to 0. So I have my Sony Handycam as backup just in case. I wanted to start this January 1st. I did in a way. The first original new show started January 3rd, I think. But I'm a bit behind, so anyway I decided, oh well, I'll just start doing it now. So I'm doing it on several fronts, on several levels. This is rap songs about health tips found on the show. So I'm going to try to introduce rap into the song as well. Okay then, I'm just about ready to do a song. And I'll try to get back to the doctors right away if possible. Okay, here we go. The song is going to be called I Heard and I Saw the Spiel About Hemorrhoids, but I still don't understand exactly what they are. Using G7 and D7. I saw the whole spiel about hemorrhoids, diagram and explanation. Maybe I wasn't listening too well or wasn't paying very much attention. I still don't understand what they are exactly, but I know that they can hurt. I think they form in the butt or the bum, well, and not from dirt, well maybe. Something having to do with poo, I'm not sure. They're their own kind of vein, I'm unsure. Maybe I'll have to review that again, and that's why I'm taping the show. So I can review it, and maybe even you can, maybe even others, oh. And we can learn more health tips, yeah. With healthier lifestyles because of the doctor shows, yeah. Well, this is a quick song, we're going to go back to the show now. It's probably started again, well, oh, if it has, don't frown. I'm ending the song, I got to say something too. Hello, hello to you.